Hey guys, welcome back to another video. First of all, it's just the most disgusting day outside. You can probably, if you listen very carefully, hear the rain, the thunder and the hailstones that we've been having. It's absolutely gross. So I've actually had to turn all the lights on. I've got studio lighting in this video for the first time in forever because I just can never be bothered with that anymore. But negative intro aside, we have a favourites video for you today. It's going to be the first favourites of 2020. I'm going to really try and do one of these every single month because I feel like a few years ago favourites was such a big thing. Every single month, at the end of the month, usually on the same day, everybody would upload their favourites and it was like just an absolute free-for-all. And I kind of stopped doing them maybe because I wasn't using as many products as before, and favourites videos always tend to be quite beauty focused, or maybe I just kind of fell out of love with them a little bit. But in 2020 I want to start doing these every month, at least every other month, if I can kind of gather together enough things to talk about. So I have a list. I do have some beauty things on here, but there's other bits thrown in for good measure too. So let's get started. I'm actually going to start with the beauty products just because that's at the top of my list. So first thing first, we have a shampoo and conditioner. Now, if you watched my 2020 roundup of all my favourite best in beauty, there wasn't really a shampoo and conditioner that had stood out to me and wowed me throughout the year. I'd been using kind of just anything I could lay my hands on. But this month, I tried something new and I love it. And I feel like it's completely transformed my hair, which is quite a big statement. But I'm pretty happy with my hair right now. It's thick and healthy, feels good, has a shine to it. I'm actually kind of, I have been growing out this balayage and this blonde unintentionally, just more because I left my hairdresser back in the south and haven't seen him since I moved. So it has been over a year since I had my hair cut. Wow. It's gotten a lot darker because of that. And I think having this like fresh, untouched growth here is making it feel a lot healthier. But I think these have contributed to it as well. So they're from Playa. They're a really cool brand. I found these on Cult Beauty. I was just looking for a shampoo and conditioner and they stood out to me. And they are called the Everyday Shampoo and the Supernatural Conditioner. They're actually a little bit different. The shampoo is coconut water, sugar beet extract, gentle clean and hydration. So this is really weird because it comes out almost like a jelly. You have to sort of work it between your hands first. But it's a really great shampoo and I feel like it cleans my hair without stripping it, which is so important to me. I'm thinking that's where the everyday and gentle comes in. I've been washing my hair a lot more recently since I've been kind of like going to the gym more and needing to clean it. Dry shampoo has also been my friend, but hair washing has been more regular. So I really like the shampoo, but the conditioner is amazing. I would like to bottle this and have it as a fragrance. The smell is incredible. So this is like a damage repair and rebuild conditioner. It's very rich. It's got baobab protein, Amazonian oils, and it really does smell like some kind of argan oil, like a really like woody scent. So beautiful. It's SLS, paraben, cruelty free, both of these are. And I love using this because it just makes my hair feel so soft, so moisturized, especially at the ends, but I never feel like it weighs my hair down sometimes when I use conditioners, especially when my hair's longer. I really notice that they just flatten everything out, and I usually put my conditioner from root to tip, so that could be why, but with that one I do that and I have no problems. So really love those. And then we have a skincare product. This is an SPF, and I don't talk much about SPFs and different kinds because I just tend to take them not for granted, but just as standard because I use an SPF every single day, even on a day like today when it's not even got light. The sun has not come out, but I have SPF on my face. This is from Bren, and it's the Clean Screen Mineral SPF 30. Now it says it's a mattifying sunscreen, but I've never had that like powdery matte texture on my skin from it, which a lot of products, especially SPFs, can do. I really hate that feeling of like a really chalky cream on my skin. It doesn't do that for me. I feel like it's actually quite moisturizing. And this is a zinc oxide naturally derived SPF. Now I did not know this up until recently, but SPF is actually very ecologically damaging. It's not environmentally friendly, not all SPF. A lot of them actually have chemicals that can be really damaging to the environment. So when it's like going down the drain and getting into the water, or I'm thinking as well, body sunscreens when you're out on the beach in the sea, and they actually contribute to coral bleaching and are really harmful for the reefs in the oceans. It seems like such a small thing to think about what products or what chemicals are inside your SPF, and actually it really does affect the world and the earth on a really grand scheme. So it is good to know that this one doesn't have any of those problems or connotations with it. Ren are actually a really great brand if you're looking for cruelty-free, vegan, paraben, sulfate-free products. They do a lot of work towards that. Next, two favorites are ones that are on my face. I talked a little bit about this in my last makeup video where I was doing my everyday makeup, and it's from NARS. It's new. It's their Tinted Glow Booster. I was kind of confused about this product to begin with because I thought it was just like a lightweight foundation or a tinted moisturizer, and actually it's originally meant to be like a primer or a first step to hydrate your skin, give it some glow, some color, and just look really great underneath your foundation. I just love using this on its own. For me, this is the perfect base for everything I want in my makeup. It's really light, but it has just a touch of coverage. It's hydrating, but it doesn't feel sticky. Sometimes with tinted moisturizers, I feel like they can go completely overboard and just be way too much and too heavy, and you know, they make the rest of my makeup just slip around all day. This doesn't do that. It feels really comfortable, but stays in place, and I've just been enjoying using this so much. I feel like NARS end up being my go-to for base products so often. I do really love their Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. That one's great. Sheer Glow is such a great foundation if you want a fuller coverage as well. They just have so many products, but I have been really enjoying this one. And then something you might be able to see right now on my eyes, if I get a little bit closer, I have this very like wet look, simple lid look going on, and I feel like it's been a journey over the past 5 years to actually find a product that gives that wet look lid but without kind of being sticky and sticking your eyelids together, getting caught in your hair, running all over your face, ruining your mascara. I've really tried quite a lot, and I think I finally found the one. This is also such a cool, like chic looking product as well. It's from Chanel, and I'm going to try and get this right. It is Le Gel Pailleté, which basically just means glitter gel. Simple, to the point. I'm going to show you inside what this looks like. So it's basically just this clear gel with the silvery champagne gold glitter dispersed into it. It is so pretty. When you really look up close, there isn't actually a great deal of glitter, and once it's on the lids, you just don't notice it at all. And I think having the combination of that shiny gel and the glitter inside it really does give that perfect wet look. You need just a tiny little tap of this over the lids. I kind of do it all the way up to the brow because I like the way that looks. You could literally just do it on the lid, in the center of the eye. And this is a multi-use product. There is no rules attached with this. You can use it anywhere. I think on the collarbones it would be amazing, shoulders, somewhere or anywhere that you want some highlight. And it's a really chunky big pot. You get a lot in here. There's 20 grams, which for a makeup product is a whole bunch of stuff. I do have a feeling this may have been a limited edition product for Christmas. I did buy this recently-ish, so in some places online it is still available, but if you're kind of looking for that perfect wet look eye, I seriously suggest trying to track one of these down because it's just great. I've been getting a few questions recently about my nails and what I have on them, which kind of shocked and surprised me because literally there is barely nothing to see here. Really stripped my nail routine down in the last year to the point where for a lot of the time, maybe 6 or 7 months out of the year, I just didn't have anything on them at all. No nail varnish, kept them really short, and I just liked that look. I think it's so much more simple and minimal, and to the point where now if I actually paint my nails, even with something quite nude and natural looking, it just distracts me. It's too much. I was noticing though that my nails weren't getting in the best condition because of that. There was nothing to protect them. They were getting a bit jagged. So I kind of decided to up my nail routine just a little bit and started filing them and, you know, keeping them in a good shape, making sure they weren't jagged or just like too rough. And then I got this, which is OPI's Nail Envy, such a cult product, one that I used years and years ago, and have always kind of had one or two in my collection. This is very different though, because it's the Nail Envy, but in a colour. This I got in the shade Bubble Bath, which I actually have had my nails painted in before. When I've had gel nails, I've had this colour from OPI, and it's such a natural sheer. There's barely anything to it. It just makes your nails look a lot more polished. So I have this on now. You can see it just gives them a little bit of a sheen, nothing too much, but it really just smartens them up a little bit, makes them look nice, and I really enjoy that. I still have that minimal simpleness in their nail, but they're a bit more strengthened and protected. So that is an absolute massive favorite for me this month. I've kind of been using it like a few times a week. I don't really take it off. With Nail Envy, you're supposed to paint it on, wait a day, paint it on again, and I really like that. It works for me a lot. So simple. I know candles are not beauty products, but it always just seems right to kind of lump them all together and include them in the same place. We have another French pronunciation that I'm about to absolutely butcher, but I'm just gonna go with it. So this is from Diptyque, and it is Paris en Fleur. I think it literally just means Paris in bloom, and it is such a beautiful floral scent. It's really quite uplifting and a sharp, like citrusy scent. It's a rose-based cypher with patchouli in it. You don't really get the patchouli very strongly, but it just kind of adds something to it. And it's just such a room-filling, gorgeous, like enveloping scent. It really does make your entire room smell of it. It's beautiful. Once it's lit, it's a little bit warmer, and I love it so much. I mean, Diptyque candles can't really ever go wrong in my eyes. There are some that I'm not a massive fan of, but especially when they do these limited editions, which it is, you can see the packaging is a little bit different. Absolutely gorgeous. I think this is their Valentine's launch that they usually do every year, and they're just so great. I love a Diptyque candle. So a few fashion favourites of the month. I actually just have some accessories that I wanted to talk about. That's the route we're going down. This thing here. No, you are not watching a video from the late 90s or 2003. This is really happening. So I got one of these claw hair banana clips from Arket recently this month, and I am obsessed with it. Very strange thing to be obsessed with, I know, but I love it so much. I'd say this is my favorite of the month. It's just so simple and I think so chic. It's in this really gorgeous tortoiseshell pattern. It's quite a big chunky clip, and I just love the way my hair looks when I use this to sort of throw it up. Very kind of casually, random, without really thinking about it. Just like that. So easy. But I love the way this looks. Like I said, this is from Arket, but I guarantee at least some of you will have one of these sitting in a drawer somewhere from many moons ago. That probably is, you know, pretty much identical. So also I wanted to talk about this hat, which is from Ganni. This was like a little Christmas present to myself. I was a good girl last year. I picked this up because I actually needed a hat, but I wanted something that was kind of simple but had like a logo stamped onto it, and I was thinking about getting an Acne one. There was also one in Urban Outfitters that kind of caught my eye, but this I feel like was perfectly just straight down the middle. So it's from Ganni. I do really love Ganni as a brand, but it's a really simple oatmeal style beanie with a little tag here at the front. I say at the front, it's actually at the side if you wear it properly. It's supposed to kind of go about there. I kind of like wearing it at the front in the middle. It's just a really great beanie. It's not too long at the top. It doesn't have that weird like overhang. Not much more I can say about that really, but I enjoy it a lot. And I feel like now I have this hat, I don't ever need to look for a hat again. I'm very much wanting this year to kind of find those core pieces in my wardrobe. When it comes to basics and things like that, I want to find the one and maybe invest a little bit more in it, and just know that I have kind of, for this example, just a really great hat. That is one of my goals for the year anyway. So those are my fashion favorites. Next we have things I've been watching, things that I've been enjoying. So let's talk about the musical that I went to see 2 days ago. Slipping this in there maybe a little bit prematurely, but it was so good. So for Christmas, Joe actually got me or us tickets to go and see Waitress, the musical here in London. I knew of the film, although I hadn't seen it. So I kind of went in not knowing what to expect or knowing too much about it. And I just absolutely loved every second of it. The music blew me away. It's very kind of like slightly country inspired music, and I loved that. The lyrics, the style, all absolutely beautiful. Some of the songs are incredible. The main song that the main character sings, which is called She Used to Be Mine, I have had that on repeat. I've even Googled and YouTubed like every different version and every different person singing it ever. So that is firmly placed in my head right now. It was such a great kind of modern story with a lot of laughs in there as well, but some very serious issues to tackle too. And I've not actually been to a musical that's set in modern times. I don't think. A lot of them tend to be like period dramas and set somewhere else. So that was really, really great. I would definitely go and see it again. And we kind of managed to see a really special show because it was Desi Oakley who played Jenna, who's the main character. It was her final show and she was just incredible. I'm so glad I got to see her play that role. She was literally there for 2 or 3 weeks, I think, and it was a very special moment at the end when everyone came on and there were flowers and hugs and tears, and it felt very privileged to be there for that performance. So that is definitely the best or my favorite thing that I've watched this month. So apart from that, we've kind of been very much staying in. In January, I feel like that's just what everybody's doing, staying in, getting back into routines, recovering from December. So we've watched a lot of Netflix. The best and my most favourite thing that I have watched this month was The Witcher. We literally watched it in a day. It's kind of a hard storyline to explain, but if you're into sort of like your fantasy, maybe Game of Thrones type epic dramas with a little bit epic dramas with a bit of magic and things like that thrown in, and also a bit of humour, it is so good. The first episode had us like on the sofa just gripped. It is such great television. Probably the best series that I've watched on Netflix for such a long time. It was very different to the type of things that they usually put out. And I want to watch the second series now. I don't want to have to wait for it. I hear they're filming it. So hopefully it will come out soon. That's very exciting. I also have the song from that, Toss a Coin to a Witcher, in my head all day, every day. It never leaves. If you've watched it and you're in the same position, please let me know how to get this out of my brain. So then on YouTube, I have had a few favorites, not necessarily favorite YouTubers, but a favorite genre of video to watch. And I am obsessed right now with organizational videos, whether that's house decorating, lifestyle, or bullet journaling. So I showed you guys this in my last video. I have yet to set up my bullet journal. It is still fresh and clean and untouched. Mainly because I've now kind of engrossed myself in the world of bullet journaling online, and I'm a little bit daunted at where to start. I won't be put off though, but I have just been loving watching people like set up their 2020 spreads and flip through the previous year's bullet journals. It's just very therapeutic and very calming for me. I like to see people draw lines. Obviously you have the queen of bullet journaling, Rach Lee, who it just wows me, the things that come out of her brain and onto a page. But I've also had some really great recommendations from you guys for lots of other bullet journalers to watch. I really like Chloe Khan's approach to it. It's very minimal and simple. It's probably the route that I'm most likely to go down to and the one I'm leaning towards, just because I do not want to get carried away with perfecting everything and having like these gorgeous little doodles and colour schemes, because I will just absolutely use that as a form of procrastination. So nonetheless, I've just been loving watching as many bullet journaling videos as I can get my hands on. Speaking of organisation, there's also one app that I have found this month, which it kind of does align with bullet journaling, because I know a lot of people use these in their journals, and it is, that's bright, let's turn this down. It is a habit tracker. So this app is literally called Habit. It's so simple to use. You put in something you want to make a habit and it gives you every single day of the month, and you just tick off when you do it. Really easy premise, but it works a lot because it reminds me of the things that I wanted to achieve. So on here I have things like workout, read, wear my Fitbit, get 8 hours of sleep, do 10,000 steps, not drink any alcohol. That was mainly for January, although we haven't had the best streak on that so far. So this is what it looks like. You just kind of go ahead and tick off things, and it tells you how well you've been doing. I do feel sometimes that apps like this can be a little bit unnecessary and they just don't add a lot to your daily life, but this one really does, and I've enjoyed using it so much. So I think when I do finally approach my bullet journaling, I'll definitely be adding a habit tracker into it, because I like seeing all that information together. So guys, that is my January favorites, first favorites video of the year, done and dusted. I hope you enjoyed watching that. I'm going to leave everything I talked about linked down below, and also I would love it if you guys would tell me down below in the comments what your favorite thing was this month, whether that's something you've watched or a book you've read, a product that you discovered and used. I love reading your favorites, so please go and leave this down below. And that is it for me today. I'm going to leave you here. Thank you all for watching again, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.